mystic embrace of ancient Egypt's celestial realms, a deity emerged from the cosmic crucible. Anubis, the jackal-headed harbinger of the enigmatic. Born amidst the swirling sands of primordial chaos, his origins echo through the corridors of time like whispers in the wind. Nephthys, the sister of Isis and wife of Set, became enamored with her brother Osiris. In an attempt to conceal her affair, she transformed herself to resemble Isis and seduced Osiris. This union resulted in the birth of Anubis. When Isis discovered the truth about Anubis's parentage, she was understandably distressed. However, instead of harboring resentment, Isis extended her compassion to Nephthys. Nephthys, feeling remorse and fearing Set's wrath, asked Isis for help. Together, they concealed the infant Anubis in the marshes, keeping him hidden from Set's knowledge. Isis, renowned for her maternal instincts, cared for Anubis as her own. This ultimately led to Anubis becoming a faithful follower of both Isis and Osiris. Anubis, the bastard son of Osiris and Nephthys, entered existence cloaked in sleek obsidian fur, a manifestation of the jackal's cunning and the somber shroud of the afterlife. Anubis stood as a majestic figure, his silhouette against the burning sunsets and the quiet whispers of the desert winds. His eyes, like twin orbs gleaming like the midnight heavens, cradled the weight of the cosmos and the secrets veiled within the netherworld. Adorned in regal vestments, Anubis bore the insignia of a guardian, a sentinel of the souls navigating the cosmic labyrinth between mortality and the great beyond. His essence embodied the essence of duality, a liminal figure stationed at the crossroads of life and death, chaos and order. Anubis, the beckoner, invited mortals to step boldly through the veil that separates the earthly realm from the eternal mysteries of the afterlife. Anubis emerged not merely as a deity, but as the living embodiment of transition and transcendence, a celestial guide leading the way through the nebulous realms that connect our mortal existence to the vast, eternal beyond. Anubis assumed a role that transcended the mere pages of mythology. He became the divine conductor, orchestrating the symphony of souls as they ventured between the realms of mortality and Duat, the underworld. As the god of the dead, Anubis bore the solemn duty of guiding departed spirits through the intricate labyrinth of the afterlife towards the Hall of Truth, where their souls would be judged by Osiris himself. His purpose was no mere celestial formality. Anubis emerged as the custodian of the afterlife, a stalwart defender of Mahat, the very essence of cosmic order woven into the universe itself. The weight of his responsibility matched the gravity of the realms he traversed, ensuring that the delicate balance of existence remained undisturbed. In the moonlit silence that draped the Egyptian landscape, Anubis assumed the role of a vigilant guardian, a sentinel standing watch over the sacred necropolises that marked the earthly passage to eternity. Tombs, the hallowed vessels cradling the remnants of mortal beings, transformed into sacred grounds under the unwavering gaze of the jackal-headed deity. With ears poised like vigilant sentinels, Anubis guarded against the whispers of malevolent forces, seeking to disrupt the sanctity of these resting places, protecting against grave robbers and those who wished to disturb the dead. His very presence radiated reassurance to the living, knowing that their departed kin found safe haven, and to the departed, whose souls echoed through the corridors of the afterlife under his watchful eyes. In the shadow of Anubis's vigilant guardianship, the promise of safe passage reverberated through the eons, an eternal vow that transcended the boundaries between life and death. The guardian god, with eyes gleaming like cosmic beacons, stood as a steadfast defender of the cosmic tapestry, ensuring that the delicate threads of existence remained intact against the ceaseless march of time. In the dim twilight between life and eternity, Anubis, the custodian of death's cryptic mysteries, stood as the orchestrator of rituals that bridged the earthly and divine realms. The funerary rites, wrapped in layers of symbolism and tradition, bore the indelible mark of Anubis's guiding influence. At the threshold of mortality, he wielded his authority, orchestrating the seamless passage of souls to the Duat, the sacred realm of the departed. Under Anubis's watchful eye, death ceased to be a conclusive end. It transformed into a profound transition, a journey guided by the deity himself through the hallowed gates of the afterlife. Each ritual laden with sacred significance became a celestial dance, a harmonious symphony that echoed through the realms of existence. Anubis's influence reached its zenith, giving birth to the sacred art of mummification. This intricate process, a marriage of science and spirituality, became a homage to the enduring journey of the soul. Anubis, with hands skilled and eyes unwavering, guided the embalmers through each sacred step, ensuring that the earthly vessel would stand as an eternal testament to the existence of the departed soul. Mummification, a profound alchemy of preservation, bore the unmistakable mark of Anubis's wisdom and reverence for the cyclical dance of life and death. The rituals, imbued with the deity's sacred touch, transformed the departed into timeless echoes, forever traversing the cosmic realms under Anubis's vigilant gaze. Through this sacred practice, the jackal-headed god sculpted a bridge between the ephemeral nature of mortality and the enduring legacy of the afterlife, forever intertwining the destinies of the living and the departed. But Anubis did not accidentally stumble upon mummification. Rather, he was sought after by Isis. Anubis's influence wove seamlessly into the story of Isis and Osiris. As the god of the dead, Anubis took center stage in a poignant drama as he played a pivotal role in the mummification of the revered Osiris. The mighty Osiris, ensnared by the nefarious Set's treachery, met his end at the hands of his own brother. His body was severed and scattered across the lands. Isis, determined to revive her husband, ventured into the deserts of Egypt and retrieved his body parts. Anubis, with a stoic resolve, assumed the weighty responsibility of overseeing the transformation. With meticulous care and somber determination, Anubis guided the sacred rituals that turned Osiris into the first mummy. The process mirrored the god's eternal vigil over the departed, a poignant dance between mortality and the afterlife. This tale echoed through the corridors of time, a profound demonstration to Anubis's unwavering commitment. While Anubis managed to complete the mummification of Osiris, it was not without its challenges. The process in locating Osiris and keeping their location a secret from Set was an arduous task. Set, the relentless god, sought to disrupt the celestial order, plunging the realms into disarray. He feared the return of Osiris and sought to put an end to his revival. Anubis, resolute and fierce, emerged as the defender of the sanctity of the afterlife. He protected Isis and Osiris, constantly challenging Set's authority. Battles between the jackal-headed guardian and the chaotic god unfolded in cosmic clashes, each echoing through the celestial expanse. Anubis, undaunted by Set, stood firm in the face of adversity. His indomitable spirit became a beacon of order, a guardian embodying the eternal struggle between life and death. Anubis's battles with Set became a symphony of cosmic forces, an enduring testament to the god's unwavering commitment to uphold the sanctity of the afterlife. Through the eons, the clash between Anubis and Set echoed, a timeless narrative etched into the annals of Egyptian mythology. In the halls of the afterlife, Anubis's divine duty culminated in the grandeur of the weighing of the heart ceremony. As the deceased souls stood at the entrance of the underworld, Anubis guided them towards the Hall of Truth where their ultimate judgment would take place. The soul was guided to the divine tribunal, consisting of Osiris, Thoth, Mahat, the 42 judges, and Anubis himself. The soul would first have to recite the 42 negative confessions, declaring that they lived a life according to the laws of Mahat. The heart, a vessel of the soul's essence, would then be placed delicately on one side of the scales, while the feather of Mahat rested on the other. With eyes discerning as the constellations, Anubis observed the cosmic scales, where the fate of souls hung in the balance. The ceremony held the very key to one's destiny, eternal bliss or the shadows of oblivion, a verdict intricately tied to one's earthly deeds. Anubis, the arbiter of righteousness, presided over this sacred spectacle, where the echoes of mortal lives resonated through the celestial halls. A balanced scale would signify a righteous soul, and they would be guided by Anubis to the field of reeds, a paradise where they could live on for eternity, while an imbalanced scale would seal the fate of the soul. Their heart would be fed to Ammit, the devourer, resulting in a restless soul, forever tied to Duat, the underworld. In the cosmic ballet where gods and destiny twirled, Anubis's influence transcended the realms of the dead. To touch the healing embrace of the Eye of Horus, this divine eye, wounded in the cosmic clash between Horus and Set, found solace and restoration under Anubis's watchful gaze. Thoth, the god of wisdom, sought the aid of Anubis to help mend the Eye of Horus. Together they helped heal Horus so that he could continue to challenge Set for his rightful seat on the throne. The Eye of Horus now became a symbol of pulsating divine power, which bore the indelible mark of Anubis's enduring influence. Through this cosmic alliance, the vigilant guardian of the afterlife and the healing eye forged a bond that echoed through the celestial expanse, weaving a tale of protection, restoration, and the eternal dance between light and shadow. In the vast expanse of ancient Egypt, the very fabric of existence quivered with foreboding when Apep, the serpentine embodiment of chaos, sought to cast the sun god, Ra, into the eternal shadows. Ra summoned the pantheon of gods to stand alongside him in a celestial battle against the encroaching abyss. Among the gods, Anubis emerged as a vigilant guardian. His jackal visage, ablaze with divine fervor, joined forces with Ra in a cosmic struggle of light against the encroaching darkness. With the assistance of Anubis and the rest of the pantheon, Ra ventured forward, towards the face of impending chaos. Together they waged war against Apep, a daily battle that symbolized the essence of order confronting the chaotic abyss. Amidst the vastness of Egyptian mythology, there existed a lesser-known but enchanting tale, the tale of two brothers, Bata and Anubis. Anubis, not shackled solely by the solemnity of his duties, found joy and camaraderie with his brother Bata. Their story, a symphony of love, betrayal, and divine justice, resonates through the annals of ancient Egypt. Anubis and Bata, brothers bound not only by blood but also by the sacred bonds of camaraderie, toiled side by side. Together they cultivated the fields, tended to the herds, and shared the harmonious rhythm of their daily lives. Bata, the younger of the two, possessed a unique gift, the ability to understand the language of the cattle. As he slumbered amidst the gentle lowing of the beasts, a profound connection blossomed between man and animal, a testament to the harmonious existence of mortals and the divine. However, their lives would soon be marred by the shadow of deceit. Anubis, wedded to a woman whose beauty rivaled the stars, found his marital bliss shattered by the treacherous whispers of his wife. In her malicious heart, a plan unfurled to sever the bonds of brotherhood. One fateful day, as the brothers sowed the seeds of the earth, the plot unfolded. Bata, seeking more seeds, approached Anubis's wife. She proceeded to ignore Bata until his strong stature caught her eye. Fascinated, she attempted to seduce Bata, but he remained resolute in virtue and spurned her advances, telling her that she was like a mother to him, while Anubis was like a father. The treacherous wife, scorned and humiliated, concocted a web of lies. She wounded herself, feigned illness, and accused Bata of a heinous crime he did not commit. The crime of forcing himself upon her. Anubis, fueled by righteous anger and deceived by false tears, took up his spear, seeking vengeance. Yet the divine weave of fate intervened. Bata, warned by the very creatures he cared for, fled to the shores of Egypt. There, a watery expanse, guarded by crocodiles and monsters, stood between the wrath of Anubis and the innocence of Bata. Ra-Harakti, the fusion of Ra and Horus, casted a protective barrier, a celestial moat that thwarted Anubis's pursuit. Separated by the expanse of water, Bata and Anubis communicated through divine revelation. Bata revealed the truth, exposing the malevolence of Anubis's wife and the innocence of his own heart. Bata cut his pines and threw it for the monsters of the water to eat, and told his brother that he would go to the Valley of Cedars, take out his heart, and put it on a cedar tree, and live as an incomplete man. If the flower was cut, he would die. He said that if Anubis looked for the heart and placed it in a glass of water, he would return to life. Bata also told his brother that if he finds his drink boiling in the cup, he should know that he is in danger and in need of his help. Anubis, upon hearing this plot devised by his own wife, returned home and severely punished her for spoiling the good relation between him and his younger brother by killing her. In the meantime, the gods rewarded Bata by making a beautiful woman who encompassed the features of a mortal woman and an immortal goddess at the same time to be his wife. Bata told his wife to stick to her home in the Valley of the Cedar and never leave it for fear that the sea may carry her to any remote place, since he, as an incomplete man whose heart is on the top of a cedar tree, would not be able to protect her. However, she did not listen to Bata and was kidnapped by the soldiers of the kingdom. They brought her before the king, who immediately became mesmerized by her beauty. Fearing for her life, she told the king that she was the wife of the man whose heart rested on top of the cedar tree. Hearing this, the king ordered that the tree be cut down so that he could rid the world of Bata. In that moment, Anubis's drink began to boil, signaling to him that Bata was in trouble. Anubis, burdened by guilt and love for his brother, embarked on a quest to reunite their souls. For 7 years, he searched for the heart of Bata. He even located Bata's lifeless body, but the heart was nowhere in sight. In his final day of his search, he decided it was time to return home. He picked up a berry from the cedar tree and took it home as a memento. To his surprise, when Anubis placed the berry in a cup of water, it transformed into a heart. Immediately, Anubis raced to Bata's body and began feeding the drink to him. Magically, Bata returned to the land of the living, full of vigor. Yet the tale was far from over. Bata, harboring a desire for retribution, devised a plan. He transformed into a remarkable bull, a gift for the king and his treasonous wife. Bata, in the form of a bull, whispered the truth to the queen, exposing the malicious intent of Bata's wife. Enraged, she orchestrated the butchering of the bull, unknowingly sealing her fate. As the bull was dismembered, drops of Bata's blood fell, birthing 2 enchanting Persea trees. The trees, admired by the king and queen, harbored the lingering essence of Bata. The malevolent wife, in an act of cruelty, ordered the trees felled to craft a splendid piece of furniture for the palace. In a twist of fate, a fragment of the cedar tree imbued with the life essence of Bata entered the queen's womb. As she gave birth, the truth, long hidden, unraveled as the sun, was Bata himself, and he revealed the tale of his origin and the wickedness of his mother. The queen, now exposed, confessed her sins and was sentenced to death. Anubis, the loyal brother, was excessively rewarded, ascending into the throne after the demise of the king, and thus concludes the myth of Anubis and Bata, a tale of brotherhood, deceit, and justice in the timeless sands of ancient Egypt. Anubis's kinship extended beyond the familiar, as he found an ally in Wepwawet, the wolf-headed deity. Together, with eyes gleaming like cosmic beacons, they assumed their roles as guardians of the sacred necropolises. Wepwawet, the opener of the ways, seamlessly complemented Anubis's duty as the guide to the afterlife. Their celestial partnership, heads held high and eyes fixed on the cosmic horizon, symbolized an unwavering resolve to lead departed souls through this intricate labyrinth of eternity. As they stood side by side, the duo forged an unbreakable bond, an eternal duty to the collaborative nature of guardianship. In their watchful gazes over the sacred necropolises became sanctuaries guarded by the union of jackal and wolf, echoing through the corridors of the afterlife. In the hearts of ancient Egyptians, Anubis carved a sacred niche, not as a distant deity, but as a cherished companion in the journey of mortality. Within the depths of their souls, he wasn't just the jackal-headed god, He was the compassionate guide, the unwavering presence steering souls through the ethereal realms beyond life's curtain. To the Egyptians, Anubis's jackal visage embodied not only the enigma of the afterlife, but also the comforting embrace of a benevolent guardian. Anubis, for them, became the bridge connecting the known and the unknown, a divine presence woven into the very fabric of Egyptian consciousness. In the twilight moments between life and death, he stood as a beacon of assurance, a celestial guide escorting the departed through the mysterious tapestry of the afterlife. In the hallowed precincts of temples where the earthly and the divine intersected, devotees paid homage to Anubis with reverence and devotion. The air was thick with the sweet scent of incense, a fragrant invitation for the divine to descend. Priests draped in ceremonial attire invoked Anubis's presence, their words rising like prayers into the cosmic expanse. Altars adorned with offerings of food, symbolic of sustenance for the departed, became sacred ground. The act wasn't merely a ritual, it was a testament to the enduring connection between the living and the dead, an acknowledgement that in the realm of Anubis, the threads of mortality and eternity were intricately woven. Anubis, the humble recipient of fervent devotion, stood at the nexus of the earthly and the divine, a conduit for the aspirations and supplications of the faithful, forever echoing through the sacred corridors of worship. In the sacred tapestry of ancient Egypt, rituals honoring Anubis were not uncommon. Priests, draped in the elaborate regalia, became cosmic conduits, enacting rituals that mirrored the very order of the cosmos. Mourners and celebrants, united in purpose, joining these sacred processions and ceremonies, seeking the guiding hand of Anubis for the departed and solace in the shadow of mortality. Anubis, the god of death and funerary practices, was an essential figure in these rituals. Each death he oversaw followed the same set of rituals and practices. Death and preparation of the body. When an individual died, the first step was the preparation of the body. It involved washing the body and anointing it with oils and perfumes. The deceased's organs were removed, except for the heart, which was considered the seat of the soul. Wrapping and mummification. The body was carefully wrapped in linen bandages after being treated with preservatives and resins. The process aimed to preserve the body for the afterlife. Anubis played a significant role in overseeing the mummification process, ensuring its success. Opening of the mouth ceremony. This ritual involved symbolic gestures to restore the senses of the deceased, allowing them to partake in the afterlife. Priests would use special tools to touch the mummy's mouth, eyes, ears, and nose, symbolically restoring the faculties needed for the journey. Placing of funerary goods. The deceased's tomb was furnished with various funerary goods, including personal belongings, food, and items believed to be necessary for the afterlife. Anubis was often invoked during these preparations to ensure the deceased had what they needed for their journey. Transporting the deceased to the tomb. A procession, often led by priests and family members, transported the deceased to their final resting place. This procession was accompanied by prayers and rituals, invoking Anubis's guidance and protection. Weighing of the heart ceremony. As mentioned previously, Anubis guided the souls to the Hall of Truth, where the weighing of the heart ceremony took place. The heart of the deceased was weighed against the feather of Mahat. The judgment determined the soul's fate in the afterlife. Burial and final resting place. The mummified body, along with the funerary goods, was placed in the tomb. The tomb often contained inscriptions from the Book of the Dead, providing guidance for the soul's journey. Anubis continued to be invoked during these moments to ensure the deceased's safe passage. Offerings and prayers. In the final step, family members and priests made offerings and recited prayers to honor the deceased and seek Anubis's continued guidance and protection in the afterlife. And thus, Anubis, the jackal-headed guardian, weaved through the epics of ancient Egypt, leaving an indelible imprint on the shifting sands of time. His visage, an emblem of guardianship for the departed, an architect of the afterlife's mysteries and a companion in the cosmic enigma, reverberates through the ages. Anubis, with unwavering purpose and a character as multifaceted as the cosmos itself, stands as a testament to humanity's enduring quest. In the dance between the mortal and the divine, the god's presence transcends mythology to embody the very essence of the eternal human pursuit, the unraveling of the enigma that shrouds life, death, and the boundless expanse of the cosmos. As the echoes of his tales linger in the winds of time, Anubis remains an enduring guide, beckoning humanity to explore the mysteries that unfold within and beyond the realms of existence.